Hey everybody, I'm Dennis. Welcome back to the Serious Shift blogcast. This is somehow episode number 145. Lovely to have your attention today. Here's my question. Do you know what personalization is? Do you know what the difference between personalization and customization is? And I suppose my next question is, do you think you personalize enough? Is your lack of personalizing costing you and your business? Okay, so let's get into it. The obvious difference between customization and personalization is that one of them has the word person in it. Customization, is the action of modifying something to suit a particular individual or task. Breakfast, pants, curtains, callback appointments, appointment times, etc. Whatever it is, it begins as a generic offering and it's altered to get as close as possible to what you want. Personalization is the action of designing or producing something to meet someone's individual requirements. This is what it looks like in action. You come to visit me in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, where I live, and it's the summer and it's lovely. I'm hosting an experience economy weekend, and we get together and we have breakfast at my neighborhood diner, which is called John's. Tony, who owns it, comes to the table and he asks what he can get you. I say, this is my friend from in out of town. This is Tony. Tony says, nice to meet you. What can I get you? And you tell him, you place your order, as we say, and he brings you exactly what you want. You tell him exactly what you want him to do with his breakfast offering. That is customization. Then Tony looks at me and he says, hey, Den, the usual? That's personalization. Do you see the difference? One of them is about the product and the other one is about me and how I feel when Tony sees me. And when I say sees me, what I really mean is knows me. Personalization is the heart of the experience economy. We personalize services to turn them into experiences. I know this is getting kind of cosmic here. So the other day, I read this incredible article by Aaron Spinley about the neuroscience of personalization in marketing. And I learned something cool about what happens to us physically when we experience personalization. Our brains, our physical brains, are affected. They literally change. Now we feel personalization. We can't see it because it happens on the inside, but feelings are by definition transformations, right? When Tony says to me, hey, Den, the usual, it reminds me that I'm known. It makes me feel different. It feels good to be recognized, okay? And the idea of a feeling as a transformation, you are transformed from who you were before the experience. So as it happens, personalization actually affects us physically too. When you hear your first name shouted in a parking lot by a stranger, you turn to look and see if they mean you. And that's because you've personalized that name to mean you. It isn't just a sound. Dennis is everything that I associate with my sense of self. You are your name, and for an instant, your brain and your body respond to it. Your senses perk up. Whatever you were thinking is interrupted. Your breathing and heart rate alter a little until you figure out they're calling someone else who shares your name. Your brain, though, until it figured that out, was shifting. For a moment, before it figured things out, it was literally physically changing. That's how personalization works. It alters your brain. Scientists call that kind of movement neuroplasticity, which was the name of my backing band in college, by the way. Neuroplasticity is the process of new physical pathways getting formed in your brain whenever you experience and learn something new. Whenever you experience and learn something new, that's critical. And when those new things are personalized simply by using your name, they are noticed and they remember it better. Teachers have known this for a long time. Dennis, you did a good job is a lot more reinforcing and memorable than simply saying, good job, everybody. So let's go back to the neuroscience for a minute. There are a lot of lab studies that show how brains fire when people are wired up to measure different kinds of information giving to them. When that information is personalized, it causes an emotional reaction. It stimulates more parts of the brain and it's stored deeper in memory. That's the biological explanation of how personalization changes your brain. There are marketing studies that show that using a person's first name in the text of an email sent to remind the patient or the client of an appointment will decrease no-shows by 57%. Hey, Rachel, just a reminder, you have an appointment with Dr. Green this Thursday at 2 p.m. Just doing that will decrease the number of no-shows by 57%. But get this, it didn't work when their first and last name were used. A first name is emotionally personal in a positive sense. A full name, at least it seems, is not. Dennis Moseley-Williams, we look forward to seeing you next week at your appointment. That isn't emotionally positive. We've learned to associate this with feeling like a number. My name is me. My full name is a customer. Using a full name in marketing is seen by the recipient as being transactional and not personal. With no emotional connection, it's easier to dismiss. Even worse, resent, along with all the other dismissible or resentful bits of information you get every day. Remember, there's a hierarchy of information. There's the noise, which is at the bottom, and the truly useful information, and that material, it's at the top. So knowing that a first name can improve an open rate, what might greater, more consistent personalization achieve when it comes to client relationships, when all that depends on the approach. Up until the digital age, marketing was frequency and reach. Radio, TV, print advertising campaigns, maybe a little target marketing without those sectors, but still, frequency and reach was the biggest budgets won. The problem is, while the digital revolution has offered the opportunity for greater client engagement, too many people are still thinking frequency and reach, focusing on clicks, counting hits, likes, something known as flow through. What they should be focusing on is personalization and experience. It is, after all, everyone's best marketing. Nothing brings in new clients faster than an existing client singing your praises. It's just the way it is. So where to start? Where do you go from this blog? What do you do? Well, the very first thing you do is you have to personalize your own strategy. Quit trying to be another excellent advisor or anyone I've met before or anything I've seen or heard before. Start by being you. Tell your clients, remember to use their first name, why you do what you do, why it's so essential to you, why you feel so passionate about it, and what change it helps people create. Start there and pay more attention to the work we're doing over here. So to summarize, you need to be a source that influences your clients' neuroplastic brains so they'll relate to and remember their interaction with you on an emotional, personal level. How do you do that? By knowing what they care about and doing it regularly through content and experiences. As always, everybody, so nice to have your attention. If you like the blog, let me know. If you got a friend, share it. And if you haven't yet signed up to join us as a member in the Serious Shift Inner Circle, do so. SeriousShift.com. All the information is there. And our next summit is coming up in May. TikTok. It's going to be here soon. Be well, everybody. Take care.